Hello, welcome back to another video. This video is going to be just a recap of my first week as a school-based occupational therapist and my 5th travel assignment. In my experience, sometimes the first week of a new travel assignment can be a little bit bumpy just because you don't always know what to expect. Maybe the facility you're going to doesn't know what to expect. In this case in particular, I believe that this is the first time this school has brought in any travel workers. So I don't think they quite knew what to expect or what to kind of plan for. And then also, it's my first time in a school setting, so then I don't really know what to expect or what to plan for. So I think there was a little bit of confusion somewhere along the line. Basically, if you watched my previous video about day one, nobody knew I was coming. The woman who hired me was the director of the special ed department, and she's very nice, lovely person, but I don't think she told a single person that she hired me. And so I was a little bit thrown off by that, just because I'm showing up and nobody's expecting me, nobody knows I'm there or that I'm showing up. And they have 2 telehealth OTs already, but it was kind of a little uncomfortable of a situation because the 2 OTs that are working there now were not informed previously that I was coming in and basically taking their caseloads. So that was a little bit uncomfortable, but luckily I'm not the one who's really in charge of having to tell them that. I've talked with one of them, and me and her are both kind of reacting the same way about it, just kind of like, I don't know whose job that was to tell you, and I'm so sorry I'm just barging in here and taking your caseload, but like, I had no idea that I was gonna be taking your caseload. I was under the impression that there was more kids than the 2 OTs could do, and so I would be kind of taking my own caseload. All of that aside, it was a little bit of a confusing first week. So I will be going back and forth between 2 schools. Neither one of the schools knew I was hired. So I show up to the office and I'm like, hi, like, I'm the new OT. I don't know who I'm supposed to talk to, but I'm here. And so I was talking to the principal at one of the schools that I'll be at more often, and she was so helpful. She was amazing. She was like, nope, I wasn't expecting you, but we're so glad to have you. All of the teachers are the same way. They're like, we had no idea you were coming, but like, we are so happy to have in-person OT. So the need is definitely there. It's just a little unfortunate that nobody knew I was coming, so it was a little bit awkward and uncomfortable for me. However, as a travel therapist, that is something that you get kind of good at, is just like being thrown into like a weird situation. Now, the principal at the other school I'm going to, he was also not expecting me, and very nice, great seeming guy, but not as helpful, I guess. It's kind of seeming like the other school I'm going to be at, I am going to have to just kind of figure it out on my own, which is fine, like, because I'll figure it out. The first school that I'll be at more often, I was able to find some desk space. It's not much, and right now it's just being used as like a closet basically, but I kind of spent some time this week clearing it out a little bit, and I'm going to try to organize a little bit so that I can try to see some kids in there. That should be done by next week, when I'm there and have some time to reorganize. Something that I've learned very quickly, and I already kind of knew about this, but like, I didn't realize, that it was going to be from day one, is that I will definitely have to be advocating big time for what OT can provide in a school setting, other than simply handwriting. Because if you know that everybody in a school thinks that OTs only work on handwriting. And that's just really not the case. Of course, handwriting is a big part of children being successful in school, but it is not at all the only thing OTs work on. So I can already tell that that's going to be kind of not a barrier, but just a little extra thing that I'm going to have to keep in my head and kind of keep that elevator pitch on, you know, about reminding people what OT is and what we can do for kids in schools. Another thing that I try to tell myself is I'm coming in and I'm going to be the only OT. So me being nervous and worried that I'm going to do something wrong is not going to be helpful to anyone, because no one else in this school knows what I do anyways. No one knows what is normal for OT. No one knows what I'm supposed to be working on or where I'm supposed to be. So I just try to remind myself that, because then it kind of helps me just adjust and be a little bit more confident in what I'm doing. Like, for example, if I go in there and I mess something up scheduling wise, or I mess something up, or we kind of have like a bum session, chances are I'm the only one noticing that, because nobody else knows what's going on or what I'm supposed to be doing. So I do try to remind myself that, to kind of ease some of my like, oh, I've never done this job before kind of worries, I guess. Essentially, that is how my first week has gone. I haven't seen any kids yet. I'm going to start that next week, because the 2 OTs that are already there through telehealth we're just continuing to see their kids through telehealth. And so starting next week, hopefully then I am seeing all of the kids. That is basically how my first week went. I am going to try to do one of these videos at the end of every week until I get to the end of the semester. And we'll see kind of the progression, how comfortable I am, and how I like it. If you made it this far in the video, comment down below what you think OTs do in a school without Googling anything. I just want to see what everyone thinks and decide if maybe I should make a video explaining it.